Hi guys, I am Shaquita Graham, the founder of AttechCo.com, Loving the Black Man, and I've just recently launched an online technology training platform for adults at AttechCo.Teachable.com. So there, all of that is based on my experience as a network engineer for the most part. So anyway, there has been a lot going on recently in the last few years. 2016 in the black community, we've just been dealing with a lot. I mean, we have seen on video police murder our children, murder men and women in the black community. It's just all a part of an ongoing struggle, of course, a greater struggle. And there's just been like all kinds of injustices, slander, defamation of our character and our images. And we know it's all a part of a bigger pattern. So I'm thankful for everybody who's been like fighting against this in so many different ways. But as we continue to look for solutions in 2016, solutions, I just want to talk about and point out options and ideas for economic growth in technology. So, I'm a network engineer and I'm a technologist, and I am always intrigued by how technology is changing our world. I mean, technology is changing the world. It's a lot of awesome things happening in technology right now. So I want to just start to bring some of these things to light and see how we can take advantage of it in the Black community. So let me show you this. This was amazing to me, and it's probably going to be amazing to you. Look.
This may look like an average home, but get a little closer and you'll see the multiple layers that created this 3D printed villa. It's part of a display in eastern China showing the latest feat in innovative construction, and includes this 5-story apartment building thought to be the tallest 3D printed building in the world.
We transfer the design of the house we want to the printing machine, and then the ink is sprayed layer by layer. For this 1,100 square meter building, for instance, which has 3 floors, it took us 1 day per floor.
Record speed that's made possible by a giant 3D printing machine, measuring 105 feet long and 21 feet tall. Instead of ink, the printer squirts out a paste made from recycled waste materials. With larger homes like this villa costing about $161,000 to produce, many are saying it could be a game changer for the construction industry, particularly in countries like China that are facing rapid urbanization.
I think this technology is going to change the way buildings are built. It's going to be attractive to all income brackets. Lower income bracket, they'll get something that is cheap and quick, but something they can be proud of, something that looks really nice. And for like the more the upper income bracket, it's going to give you really complex and fancy looking structures that they would really like.
The development company says it already has 10 orders for the villa and 20,000 orders for smaller houses from the Egyptian government. Maggie Mazzetti, Associated Press.
Okay, so did you see that? A printer was used to print a house. Okay, a printer was used to print a 5-story apartment building. This is the type of thing that we can be doing. These are the types of things that we can be doing, using this technology to advance our communities, to advance us economically. I want to see us create, and I'm creating think tanks and partnerships that focus on developing new technologies. I mean, we have the ability to do this. And, the platforms that I talk about are places where I'm going to be sharing information about these things. AttechCo.Teachable.com, we're doing your 6-figure tech career for those who want to move into technology and generate an income that can help them build businesses, or people who are interested in taking advantage of the entrepreneurial opportunities in technology. There's your $1 billion tech startup, and that's a think tank where we're going to be exploring how we can exploit some of these $1 billion opportunities in technology. So, first of all, I just want to say that Black people, I mean, I know that this was a Chinese company, but Black people have been they have been originators of technology since the beginning, since ancient times. And, people always talk about people like Imhotep. And I'm going to bring up some slides on this because I just want to just make this thing clear. So again, we've seen Black technological geniuses since the beginning of time, but just to highlight Imhotep. Imhotep is the first recorded master architect. We just talked about building right here. He was the first architect of the pyramids. He created the step pyramid complex at Saqqara. And the step pyramid remains today as one of the most brilliant architectural wonders of the ancient world. He was the first known physician, medical professor. He had a school he had a medicine school, and all of this took place over 2,000 years before the Western father of medicine, Hippocrates was born. So, we have been involved in innovating and invention since forever. And then to just take it even further, let's talk about this man who I learned so much about, Philip Emeagwali. He was called the father of the internet. No, I thought Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg was the father of the internet. No, Philip Emeagwali was the father of the internet. Okay, first of all, let me just talk a little bit about what people have said about him, because his technology is pretty complex, but he's ranked #1 in computing and ranked first by Google for contribution to the development of the computer. Time has labeled him the unsung hero behind the internet. Time magazine also said that, quote, the web owes much of its existence to Philip Emeagwali. Okay, so he created the theory that the internet is based on, just to keep it simple. Okay, and his wife, her name is Dale Brown Emeagwali. She's also a scientist. So I'm just pointing out that we have people out here that are doing these things and have done these things since forever. So I don't want anybody out there who's hesitant to go into technology, who doesn't believe it's our thing, and they think that, other cultures are, leading the way in this. We've always been leading the way in technology. And then when you look at somebody, say, for instance, like LeBron James, look at this figure about his net worth in, I guess, 2014. Let me bring the slide up so you guys can see the whole thing. Yeah. His net worth is supposed to be upwards of $200 million. Over an 11-year period, his net worth has grown to $11 million. Okay. But then you have someone, a technologist, an entrepreneur in technology, who has generated $1 billion. Okay. $1 billion by selling an app. Again, reportedly, he sold his app to Apple for $1 billion. Okay. I'm sure that he didn't have to run a ton of suicides and put all of this strain on his body over a decade. And he was able to create an app to generate $1 billion. And this was the second app that he sold. He sold another app to Rand McNally before that for, I'm sure it was millions, it may have been hundreds of millions of dollars. So I don't really know about, that business deal at all. But again, the opportunity is there in tech, and we are already exploiting it and using it. Let's take it to the next level in the Black community. I've talked about this a lot. The top industries that are producing billion-dollar startups are in technology. If you look down here at the bottom, software, e-commerce, consumer internet, these are the areas where most of the businesses that are in the $1 billion startup club are. We can do this kind of thing. We can develop these technologies in our communities. We just need to put our heads together. And that's another reason why I've come up with your 6-figure tech career at AttechCo.Teachable.com, and then your $1 billion tech startup. And it's going to be a think tank for people who want to get involved in the entrepreneurial aspect of technology. So I'm excited about those things, and I want to see you guys use these platforms to get your kids involved at AttechCo.com as well. Thank you.